Hi there, it's Roxanne. I have to share with you part of this dream that I had last night. It was one of those dreams that you wake up and you're going, wow. I actually sat down at the kitchen table and I wrote some notes so I could share this with you right now. And it's all about fear. So, as some of you guys know, when I lived out in the cabin, it was 3 miles from the cabin to the bus stop. And in the mornings, would be lucky enough I'd ride my pony to the bus stop, and then on the way home, I was never able to train her to come back and pick me up, so we would have to walk. So my little brother, he would be riding his pedal bike or sometimes walking with me. And it's a long way home, 3 miles, even if you stay on the roads. There's still all kinds of wildlife and dangers out there, and certain times of the year in the spring, the bears are waking up and there's cougars out there, and animals are hungry, and you're little. We were 10 and 8 years old, or 9 and 7, and it's pretty scary out there. And the fear of being bear food was real. Those were real fears. So I wanted to talk a little bit about that, because the real fear, which we know through reading and studies, is about 5%, but the imaginary fear of 95% of what was blossoming and growing in Chad and I's heads was huge, like huge. And they were real, but we would amplify it so it become even worse and worse. And so, we know that fear can create real responses within us. Just like a movie can create, even though there's action and stop and cut and redo that frame, it creates real responses. Movies can make us cry. They can make us scared to look under the bed. They can make us scared to swim out into the deep waters of the lake. There's all kinds of things that an imaginary fake movie can cause real responses within us, and fear does the same thing. So I actually wrote some notes because I wanted to share about Chad and I's experiences. But what we know and what I found is that when I would address the fear, and popped all the realities and the non-realities, we got home in a much more happy state instead of, hyperventilating, and having a panic attack. So I wrote some notes. So we know that imaginaries can create that real response. We also know that imaginary fear can create all kinds of negative parts in our body. They can create diseases, anxiety, depression. We know it crumbles your confidence. It removes that ability for you to live freely, and sucks away your energy and create a lot of anger. So when we are feeling immobilized by fear, some of the things that we know we can do is exactly that. Have a look at your mindset and understand that when you say I can instead of I can't, we know that saying I can't creates that wall, creates that immediate, wall that comes up inside of our heads, like the hand in front of the screen. Our brain just, I don't got to worry about that. You just told me I can't, so just turn that light switch off. And you're still struggling with all the worries, but you've turned your brain off by saying I can't. When you turn your brain on, it's kind of like your kids' science project. They would build a box and make it a maze, and it would be on your kitchen table. If you can imagine that, and you drop 3 or 4 mice in that box, that's what your brain is when you're saying I can. Those mice are running around the box, looking around that labyrinth, that maze, looking for the mouse, trying to get out, finding that piece of cheese. When you turn your brain on in I can mindset, it allows your brain to freely move around and try to find that solution, instead of solidifying it, creating that rut or creating that, immobilization of your brain. So I want you to think about that. So when you're having a struggle or a problem, try thinking positively about I can instead of I can't. It will really be quite freeing, and it's just, because life is all about solution finding. Because life, is going to have struggles and problems all the time. Our job in life is to constantly be addressing those challenges with an I can attitude, and how can I? And all of a sudden, all these doors and windows will open in front of you, and it will be an amazing experience, as it's supposed to be. Anyway, hope you found this helpful. As always, please like, comment, or share, and come find me on Facebook. or on my blog at www.roxannelynch.com. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.